Okay, so I'm screencasting so we can go over this. Like, Ty and Shani are not here, so the screencast is for them. No surprise.
Hi guys.
Hi, Ty.
I
cannot believe
Wait,
you
let's
lost.
use them. If they watch it tonight, they'll come in and say like a thing that we say in it. Like, so if you guys are watching right now, come in tomorrow and say banana.
And touch your nose. And touch your nose.
Okay, yeah. Walk into class tomorrow and.
Not be late. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay.
Why did you guys lose?
What?
What he said?
No, that wasn't a good one. Wait, so you should
Did they play yet?
They play like
right
after
now.
school.
Okay.
I have baseball.
And if they win, they play at 1 p.m. on Friday, which is great because I'll get.
No one's.
Because I will be there, and
I'm not.
I'm really hoping they win so I can get out of the meeting. Okay, so let me repeat what I said before I did this screencast. So if you got below, this way you have proof of me saying it.
And a hush fell over the crowd.
Yeah, it'd be great. If you get below a 70, we can I'm gonna have some problems for you to do, and you can like make up some of the points you missed. Get you up to a 70. Cool. Yeah, that's the ideal. Okay, so we're gonna review. Hopefully this quiz is okay. Not gonna lie, we did not do great on the first quiz of the semester, so hopefully this is the quiz that brings up everyone's grade. Question.
Yeah, I did terrible on that quiz.
Okay, noted. Yes.
I got 9 points off on a question I didn't finish. I didn't finish it because I ran out of time because I did a problem I didn't need to do, and that's upsetting to me.
What'd you get, like an
English
85?
comprehension is difficult. Yes. Especially when I form the test just like the practice test, where you pick one.
But I think I picked one of the other sections.
No, that's why it said choose one of the following, and number 11 says choose one of the following. Okay, wow. Let's go ahead and let's do this. So, first question. Refer to region R enclosed between the graph of the function. Function right there. Between the graph of the function y equals 4x minus x squared, and the x-axis 0 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 4. Okay, so sketch the region R. Oh.
Thanks, guys. We do that on the test.
Oh my god. Surprise! It's there. My bad. Whew, okay. Unsketch. Partition R into 4 subintervals of equal length. Oh, guess what? Here's 1 interval, 2 intervals, 3, 4. Try out number 2. Try out number 2 on your own before we go on. I want you to see if you can do it. Did you do it already?
But if you get number 1 on, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Possibly.
Carry through error.
You stole my pencil.
That is true. I do carry through error.
You know some teachers don't.
I don't. I know some of them don't.
But they do.
Like the difference between LRAM and RRAM? Because I know MRAM, but.
So LRAM, you have the left end y value. RRAM is the right hand side of your rectangle, that y value.
Are we using
Okay.
rectangles right now? Not triangles?
Well, it says LRAM. So it's the left hand rectangular approximation method.
An area just equals 1/2.
So tricky, guess what? Number 2 LRAM, number 3 RRAM, number 4 MRAM, number 5 trappy RAM. Okay. Trap-am. Trap-am. Yep. Trap.
Boom bam pam.
Okay, so you gotta show the setup. So LRAM. Guys, it'd be really great if everyone got 100. That would be amazing. That's all I want. I want your grades to go up.
Am I not on the right?
This is the 5-1, 5-5, 5-2 review. This is the 5-1, 5-2, 5-5 review. This is where we're on.
Is the quiz the same length as the class?
I believe so.
You guys could.
I believe
Is
so.
calculator okay on the entire thing?
Yeah.
It is calculator?
Yeah. Hey, did you hear the question they just asked me? No, you didn't. All right, Spencer, what was your question?
Can we use a calculator on it?
And what was my answer?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not gonna make you do 50 things added together. Like, come on. LRAM? You gotta take. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Damn, bro.
Okay, let's do it.
LRAM.
Alabama.
So the length 1 times our height. Okay, ready? So our height is going to be
0.
so 4 times 0. Let's see, minus 0 squared. Okay, literally 0. Wonderful.
What equation are you using?
The y equals 4x minus x.
Oh.
Because this is the equation. This is my y value, right? My
Don't we use
this
the area?
we're finding the area. It's an area of a rectangle. Base times height. Area of rectangle is base times height.
Yeah.
The height is my y value. The base is my interval. My interval is 1. That's why it's 1 times my y value. But LRAM, you take the left side of your rectangle.
And you can't just read the y based on the graph, right?
No, because it might not be exact.
So you're saying I would need to know this? Oh no, I wouldn't.
No, man. The y, it gives you the y. So I'm just plugging in.
Wait, what about your last one? What was that?
What?
What?
What was your last one?
Oh, okay. So this is the left hand, my first, second, third, fourth. This is the left hand side of my fourth rectangle. It's 3. Well, okay. So you see this pink guy right here? This is my rectangle. I'm drawing rectangles to what?
The colors really complement each other.
I don't know if you're like being
No, I'm serious.
okay. This is LRAM. If I wanted to do RRAM, it would be a little different. So I'm gonna clearly use the orange for my RRAM.
Wait.
So I'm not done with my LRAM.
You just drew?
Rectangle. I drew
Oh,
rectangles.
what did I say? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So the orange one and third one you just drew, why is it so much shorter?
Because it's right hand rectangle approximation. So the height is 0. Because with the right hand, you use these as your endpoints. These numbers. Use the right side of your rectangles.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, I see.
Okay.
Sorry.
Plus 1 minus 1 squared plus 4 times 2 minus 2 squared plus 4 times 3. Yes, it is. But you know what? There should be some easy points. Please don't lose out easy points.
Oh, wait, are we doing?
Yeah, we include 3. We don't include 4 for our LRAM. So the area is just going to be 0 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3.
0 plus 3. Okay.
So if we, instead of writing out this whole thing, if we actually knew the y values, we could just plug in. Why don't I do that? So this was a 0. This was, let's see, 4 minus 1 is 3. This was 8 minus 4 is 4. 12 minus 9 is 3. What? Figuring out, like, what these are. Figuring out what the heights are. Right? So this height, right here, let me write in black. This height is 0. This height is 3. This height is 4. This height is 3. This height is 0. Then we don't, it makes it a little shorter to write. Because then when I do my RRAM, I'm going to erase my pink rectangle. Is that okay? Cool. So I'm going to draw my orange one. So right hand rectangle approximation. So my first interval is from 0 to 1. I use the height associated with my right side. My y value for when x is 1.
You can't just assume it's 3.
No,
You
you
have to
plug
plug
in.
it in.
Yes. And then I draw my next rectangle, and I see the height associated with it is going to be the right side with 2. So it's a height of 4. Yes. Question?
Okay, so basically, if you were to just do like, instead of the whole thing that you did with LRAM, if you just did like, f of 0 equals and then like solved it like that and just did all of them, then you would just fill in like.
Oh, f of 0 plus f of 1. Just, yeah, that would be
I did
fine.
it on the homework. I did like
That's
f
fine.
of for each one.
As long as you chose like the correct place. It's fine.
Like where
Yeah.
For
Okay. Elliot, question?
middle RAM, there are
Midpoint.
Four.
Huh? Midpoint? Okay. Glad you asked. Let's do it.
Wait, sorry. I have a question.
Yes, tall.
it 4 for this second
Well,
part?
okay, so the second rectangle I drew up here, right? You see the second rectangle right here?
Wouldn't it be 0?
No. So this height is 4. So what is 4 times 1? 4. That's area of 1. Oh, I'm sorry, area of 4. What? So the right hand rectangle approximation?
But if you were plug it in,
Yes.
your
Okay, what part?
y for RM, you just keep the area.
Okay, because I was being lazy. Let me rewrite it. Let me write it. So I have 4 times 1 minus 1 squared plus 4 times 2 minus 2 squared. Right, so that's the area, right? It's just I did the 4 times 1, which is 4 minus 1, so that's why I put a 3 there originally. I was doing a shortcut.
So your height?
Is your y value. The height is the y value. Your base is your interval. Our interval is 1. That's why I have a 1 out here, because that's my base. But instead of doing base times height plus base times height, we have all the same base. It's all the same interval. So that's why I pulled out the 1. Our intervals won't always be 1. Okay. Try out midpoints. Do we have questions where the midpoints would be?
Yes.
Okay. I'll finish writing this. Oops, hold on. 4 minus 4 squared. Okay. So, I'm going to... So, halfway between 0 and 1 is a half. Here's its y value. So, you do the y associated with the x that's halfway between. Halfway between 1 and 2 is 1.5. Here's the y value. So this is the rectangle. Can you see the green, or is it too hard to see? Kind of hard. Halfway between 2 and 3 is 2.5. Here's about where the y value would be. Here's my rectangle associated with it. Halfway between 3 and 4 is 3.5. So this is about what the rectangle would be associated with it. So I'm
1 half plus 5 halves plus 5 halves plus 1.
okay.
Right?
Ooh, so there's a lot to write on this one.
Wait, I thought
What's wrong? The MRAM is the midpoint. So middle of my interval. So halfway between 0 and 1 is a half. Halfway between
What's the middle of the base?
yeah, so this is the base. My base goes from 0 to 1, and halfway between that is a half.
So why is the rectangle that whole thing?
Because so you're taking the x value that's middle, and then the y value associated with that x to draw the rectangle.
So, but would you say that your base is still 1?
Yes, the base length is still 1.
Oh, I thought it'd be like a half.
No, we're just using the middle. Instead of using the left x value or the right x value to find the y, yeah, it's still a base of 1. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Okay.
Yes? I feel like I'm in a standoff in the Old West. Like what?
No, I wouldn't have
I'm ready?
a standoff
I'm
with
ready?
you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stand off with you. Unless you have homework answers. No, unless I can't do anything wrong with that. I wouldn't have to take off with
I don't even think like any of my ex-boyfriends even said that about me, so that's really wow. Okay. Okay, let's do this. So, area.
Not deserve you. Yeah, then they told that to you. Oh my god.
That's how I reach out.
I'm gonna go back and play this part of the screencast for my friends tomorrow. They're gonna be like, oh, and they're gonna be like, wait, you're supposed to be teaching them. I'm so sorry. All right, guys, we gotta get through this.
Jokes on them. We all failed.
4 times a half minus 1/2 squared plus 4 times 3 over 2 minus 3 over 2 squared. So what I'm doing is I'm plugging in the midpoint, right, into the function to find what the y values would be. That's all I'm doing. Halfway between 0 and 1, half. Halfway between 1 and 2, 3, 1.5, 3 over 2. That's all I'm doing. Okay.
This is a lot of numbers.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, no, calculator's fine.
4 over 3.
got the king.
5/2.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. Plus 4 times. Yeah. Definitely let you have a calculator for that. Okay.
Yeah, I would not be able to.
No, you should say.
Okay. And now we're going to repeat it for the trapezoid rule.
Is 3.5 the same thing
No,
as
you always try to do it like even the same.
Yes.
Wait, so is LRAM and RM always the same?
No.
Last six.
Yes, because it's symmetric. This is symmetric across here.
Oh.
If it didn't end where it started, it wouldn't be. Alright, trapezoid rule. Yes?
I'm actually not confused. I feel like
Hold on. Gabe, stop talking. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. You gotta quit talking, okay? Looking at you. Quit moving your heads. You guys are blocking it. My feet hurt. I'm tired of standing. That's why I'm sitting. Okay.
I have a question.
Abby had a question, and I paused her because Gabe was talking. Okay, thank you. Abby?
I feel like I know this sounds stupid, but like the fractions, I feel like I wouldn't be able to like do the fractions like in my head.
2.1. I mean 2.5.
Yeah, so can I do it?
2.5? 0.5 is fine. You can do 0.5, 1.5, because all you have to do is She's asking a question. This is directly related to your quiz tomorrow and directly related to your grade. Literally, she's like, oh, I don't like fractions. That's fine. She can put 0.5. All you have to do is set up the first line, plug it in your calculator, write the answer. That's it. We're good. Okay. Repeat number 2 for trapezoid rule. What? You had a question, Hannah? Yeah? No? Okay. All right. Number 2, trapezoid rule. Let's go. Trapezoid rule. We want trapezoid rule. Once again, 4 segments. So, our trapezoids. 1/2 times our height. And then I'm going to, right? My first base times 1. What's my first base? 0. Plus 2 times my second base. What's the length of my second base? 3. Plus 2 times my third base. What's my third base length? 4. Plus 2 times 3. Plus 0. Okay, I'm going to explain where these numbers are coming from.
Wait, before you do, can you...
Leave this up for a sec. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're doing this for alphabet?
Trapezoid.
But which RAM do we use for trapezoid?
No, it's literally trapezoid method.
It's tram.
And then the trapezoid was 8 equals 1/2.
1/2 base time. 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. Trapezoid area. What?
Crazy, or we didn't use this function?
Well, I mean, so up here, this is where my numbers come from. This is the y value here. This is the y value. This is the y value. This is the y value. So I plugged into my function. So that way I wouldn't have to write this whole nonsense out every time. I can instead say 0. You know?
Don't you have to use it for the rest of the things?
Yeah. So instead of saying this whole thing, I could have just put 3, 4. Like if I find my y values, it shortens.
Adds up to the y values
Yeah,
that we have
'cause-
anyways.
Yep, these are the exact y values.
Even for MRAM, or MRAM is different?
So MRAM is different because these are the y values for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So trapezoid 1/2 times 6 plus 8 plus 6. 12, 20, so that's 10. So, because, yes. Trapezoid rule, x-axis is your height. So if I drew trapezoids here, ready for this one? Here we go, trap. Okay. What? Here's one trapezoid. Here's another trapezoid. What do you notice about this base right here? It's shared. It's in the left trapezoid as well as the right. That's why I have 2 times that base length. Fine. Okay, goodbye.
Wait, I want
What? I have the answer down here. Okay. Because the area of a trapezoid is 1/2.
Oh my god, I have a question.
Area of trapezoid, that's where it comes from. Height is the x value, so that was what 1 was. Yes.
Okay, so typically, RRAM and MRAM, no, RRAM and LRAM, like one of them is gonna overcompensate and the other one's gonna.
It tends to have one over and one under, but because this was symmetric across, it's not like I like stopped up here, right?
Yeah.
It's because it's like, okay, where I start and where I end is,
So we
Exactly.
shouldn't like.
and it won't always be the same.
It won't be wrong. Okay. It's not always like that.
All right, let's do this. So you'll notice this is similar to the one that was on your homework that's due tomorrow. Hopefully by doing this one, it should help you with your homework.
I have a question.
Before I even started the
No, it's
problem?
about the last one.
Okay.
There's not gonna be a question where you're like, find the area, use whatever, or whatever, right?
What?
Super specific. Elaborate a little bit.
No, I think that was.
Okay.
That was the most.
Let's see. This? This is harder than the one I actually give you. But I do ask these two questions. This one, wow, it's just like, this is just like what I just saw on the quiz. This is very similar. Cool. Did I do 15, 16? No, 15, 16 is not on the actual quiz.
Cool, so shit kind of cross.
But it's a good practice for you. Okay,
But it's a cross off. Ooh, bonus?
I don't know, let's go. I want to get through this. Let's go. Ready? Focus.
Let's just get it. Is
So,
there anything that is not on the text?
no.
Sure.
I just
Is there any
looked.
like sine cosine situation? Because I
Oh,
hate
that tripped me
that
out.
happens.
No. No. Okay, so here we go. So our time interval, we're going from 0 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 5. Ooh, weirdly, right? It's not exactly the same time interval between them all, right? 7 to 8 is 1 second, but this is 2, this is 6, this is 4, this is 1. Wow, our time interval, not consistent. So we have to make a bunch of different trapezoids.
Oh.
Wow.
Brian.
What? It's just because it's a lot of work, but it should be a good grade for you, okay? Okay.
But you're telling me on the quiz it's not gonna
Yeah.
be that way.
What? I think I put equal spaced. I need to double check, but I think I put equal space, but you can be ready anyway. Huh? No, I'm good. 1/2. Here we go. Trappy trap time. So I have to add the time interval is 1, so 1/2 times 1, and then my bases are 5.4 and 5.2. Okay, ready? And then I do my second trapezoid. So 1/2, the time interval is 2 seconds. My two bases are 5.2 and 4.9.
Oh, we don't actually have to draw.
No.
It's gonna take forever to write down.
No, this isn't too bad.
Ready,
It's
kid?
pretty bad. Wait.
You guys are complaining about this?
Can we
Good.
okay. Can you say it again?
So I am gonna do it. Ready? Here's my first time interval. 0 to 1 seconds is 1 second. And here are my two bases, 5.4 and 5.2. Next interval. 1 to 3 is 2 seconds.
Why are you multiplying by 2 every time? Can you just
1/2. I could pull out a half out of everywhere because it's 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2.
so can we write it all language?
You could pull out the 1/2 everywhere if you want. But don't forget that it's big parenthesis.
Sorry.
Okay, next one.
Can we include the 7? Because that's also going on.
I have literally done 2 time intervals. Now I'm doing 3 to 5. 3 to 5 is 2 seconds. And then my two bases are 4.9 and 4.4.
Can't you include that in the other parentheses though, since you're multiplying by 2? Like, can I put all the, if it's going by 2?
All the 1/2. So you can put all the 1/2s out front.
But like,
But you see how here I have a time interval of 6 seconds versus this is 1. I don't have a consistent time interval.
oh my god. But
So the only thing we can pull out is a half out of everywhere.
But can I see how you have the first section times 1, and then the second 2 sections are times 2?
Right.
Since 1 to 3 is 2, 3 to 5 is 2, and 5 to 7 is 2, can I just group those together?
Sure. You can say,
How would you do that?
right, it's gonna get complex. And I'm literally just doing trapezoid by trapezoid. Because I want to make it as simple as possible. Okay, 4.9 to 4.4. 3 to 5. Okay. 1.
I'm glad someone else heard that.
I'm not even gonna talk about this. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Shh. Next one. Here's our next time interval. I want to make sure I'm not losing you. 1/2 times 2 plus, let's see, 4.4 plus 4.2. Here's my next is 1 interval. What's wrong? 1 second. Okay.
I get it.
Plus 1/2 times
Is there a way
1.
of doing this, or is you like?
So unfortunately, because there's a not consistent time interval, no. This is 2 seconds.
Wait, if there was,
Then you could pull it all out like we used to.
you just did times 2 every time?
You could pull it all out front. So you could, if it was a consistent 2 second interval, you could just have like, yeah,
We did it in the last one.
exactly what we did last time.
You're still adding these 2 bases together.
These are my bases.
So how do you know that?
So up here, we pulled out 1/2 and our height everywhere. And then I just had all my bases, but unfortunately, since I don't have the same time interval, I have to go through. What's wrong, Hannah? What's
How
wrong?
do you know that the speed is the base? The speed is the base.
Because it's our y value. Because we have time versus speed. Time is our height. It's always our x. Speed is our y.
So x is always height, and then y is always
Your bases.
bases.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 1/2, 3.5 plus 2.1. Plus, okay. This is so 1/2 times 6 seconds interval, 2.1 plus 1.3. Plus 1/2, this is not the last one, times 4, let's see, 1.3 plus 0.2. Oh my god, I ran out of room. Ugh.
Have you gone the next?
Plus 1/2 times 1. Let's see, 0.2 plus 0.
Wait, why did it turn to that?
Wait, but why aren't these n ones
What's wrong?
different?
What's wrong? What's wrong? Noah?
I don't know what's happening.
It turns to 6 because 10 went to 6.
Because 10 to 16 is 6 seconds. That's his time interval is 6. And then 16 to 20 is a time interval of 4 seconds. That's why I have a 4 right there. 4 right there.
That I'm saying is aren't the endpoints supposed to be different than everything else? That's only when they have the same.
If I have the same time interval every
What
single.
would the
Are you
endpoints
gonna give us one this complicated?
She already said it. The one here.
I answered this multiple times.
Okay, let's move on to
No.
because I don't even know what it.
Okay, so if you add up all the areas, the area is going to be 56.05 feet.
So, do you want us like rounding up or?
56.05.
Round down.
56.05 is fine. Okay, the average speed, this should be a simple problem. It's your distance, 56.05 over the total time, 21. Yep, exactly. So 2.669.
That's the one thing I remember from physics. What a coincidence.
Okay, 2.669 feet per second. Not a coincidence.
Why do you just
Yes, we did actually. Oh my god. Was it easy? No. Oh wait, I took the one with the
Guys, focus, come on. Tall, stop talking, okay? Hannah, Roden, come on.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
Rodent. I have not heard that.
Evaluate the area. Use the area to evaluate each definite integral. We're going from 0 to 4. What does this look like? Well, do you know what this looks like? It's
one of those. It's one of those.
So tiny.
It's
So
it's a half circle. It's an ellipse.
half circle.
I don't think we need to like.
Oh, because it's the TP on the.
It's a half circle, but we're going 0 to 4, so that's only this portion.
Is that the
So what? Guys, if you like shut your mouth for 2 seconds, I'm literally gonna explain it. That's kind of rude, but like, yo, come on. So okay, so when you have square root, like a number minus x squared, it's literally a half circle. Also, you put on your calculator, because it's calculator, okay, you see it's a half circle. Wonderful. Guess what? This is, what fraction of a circle did I color in? A quarter. So guess what? This is 1/4 pi r squared. What is my r?
Your R is gonna be 4.
Exactly. So 1/4 times pi times 4 squared.
Wait, no, that's
How'd you know?
1/4 times pi times 16 is just 4 pi.
Wait, how do you get the 4th again?
This is 1/4 of a whole circle.
No, but how did you really use that quarter?
What? Oh, because we're going from 0 to 4. 0 to 4. X equals 0 to 4 is just right here.
So we
Sweet.
did the ones in the next one.
Yo, we're going in order. If you guys would stop complaining, it would go faster. So, x plus 2, you know how to graph this.
Wait. No, I'm not gonna. Why is the radius 1/4?
The radius is 4. This is 1/4 the area of a circle. Area of a circle is pi r squared.
Where'd you get 1/4 from?
Because this is 1/4 of a circle. Literally, it's a...
That's half a circle.
No.
Then what you shaded?
What I shaded is 1/4 of a circle.
Oh, because we're only going from 0 to 4. Oh my god. Thank you for
Wow. Okay, here we're going from 2 to negative 2. 2 to negative 2 is right here. 2 to negative 2 is just a triangle. So,
Why is it like
so I use the,
how do you get area?
I use at y equals mx plus b, slope of 1, y-intercept of 2, graphed it, it's a straight line. And then I'm going from negative 2, which is right here, to 2. So it's this area right here. This is a triangle. So 1/2 base times height is 1/2. Let's see, I'm 4 across times 4 high. 4 times 4 is 16. Half of that is going to be 8. So these are like not super difficult problems. Cool.
And the little like exponent with the numbers, that's always for x instead of for y.
Right.
Okay.
Because this is how you can tell, because it's dx in terms of x.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, we got one more. Then we're
Wait,
gonna
no.
do. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be one of those. No, it's here. It's gonna be out too. See, this one has me lost. No, where did you just put 4?
What? This is lost?
No, the next one.
Okay. Graph absolute value of x plus 5. Okay. Plus 5.
Oh my god, is it tropical? Can we do tropical? Do tropical.
Going from negative 2 to 2. Negative 2 to 2.
Mine is
I thought it was.
Wait, why did you do that? What? Oh, I lied.
Negative 2 to 2 is this area. But imagine, ready? I'm going to take this area and then multiply by 2. So it's going to be 2 times the area of the trapezoid. 1/2. What is my height? Stop talking.
Is that 7?
Height 2. And then one of my bases is 5, the other is 7.
Oh. Are we doing a tropical?
Yes. Because this is what my trapezoid looks like. I turned it on its side. This is 2, this is 5, this is 7. So 1/2 times 2, those cancel out. 5 plus 7 is 12. 2 times 12 is 24. Yeah.
Where did you get? Oh, I lied. 7 plus. Wait, what's that?
So I find an area of one of the trapezoids, multiply by 2.
Oh, okay. So we've only done one. Oh,
Yep. Because,
area 4?
no. This is the area of one trapezoid, and then this is because I have two of them.
Is 11 through 14 you just being nice and you like graph it for us, right? Or it's the same thing?
It's like the same thing. You find the areas, and then you just like add them. Sometimes they'll be positive, sometimes negative.
And the area of the
Is the first one negative
trapezoid
10?
is 1/2.
It should be positive 10.
Oh yeah,
No,
what's
it's
the
negative
area?
5 though.
No, 1/2.
Yeah,
Negative
negative 5 to 0.
1/2 is times height.
Yeah, but it's 2 because there were 2 of them.
Wait, how do you do plus times base 1?
Area of a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height.
And then do you just add them for?
Are we moving down now?
Yeah.
Okay, between 0 and negative 5. So that's this guy right here. This is a triangle. So it's just 1/2 base of 5 times my height, which is 4. 10. Okay.
Is that a triangle?
Yeah, it's 3 sides. Sorry, that came out snarky.
No, it's just a question. I just remember one time I thought a trapezoid was a triangle.
I did remember that, yeah.
So I'm just double checking.
So
And it's
cool.
1/2 EH.
Yep. Check out this next one. I colored it in.
For number 12, do you just add all of them after?
Or just finding the area.
Finding area, that's it.
Wait, why do you subtract it? Oh, because it's goes underneath.
Because one's underneath, one's on top.
If they were both above, you add them?
Yes.
7.5.
What? Zero to 8 is only this much.
Oh, why do we subtract?
Because it's negative. The one side is negative. We already know what the first half is. The first half is 15 over 2. To find the other half, so it's 1/2 base of 3 times height of 3.
We added. Oh, it's
Because the second is below, we subtract. So, interestingly enough, this last one's actually fine. We found all the parts. Number 11 and 12, if you add them together, that's what we get. Because, ready for this one? It's kind of magic. This is just going to be 10 plus 0, so it's 10. Because this is negative 5 to 0, f of x dx, plus the area going from 0 to 10, f of x dx. Yeah. So I think, yeah, that's it.
12 was like 3, would you still add it? Not just
12 was like 3.
What?
12 was
So
like
I'm saying,
3.
For example, let's say 12 wasn't 0, would you still add it and not subtract?
Yes.
Do we have the entire class period for the quiz, or
Okay.
do we have